often like you're gasping for breath because the air has changed. Like when I go to Colorado, I can't do nearly the amount of things I can do in Oklahoma. But when you go to the beach, and that sea level, right, the air is different. I love to breathe in that fresh air. Everybody take a big breath, right? Imagine at the beach, smelling that beautiful beach smell. Uh, if you don't know me, I am Coach Tina. I am the founder of the Empowering Champions community. I started this group in 21, which, oh my goodness, makes this almost our 5-year anniversary. I'm going to have to go track those dates so that we can celebrate 5 friggin' years in the Empowering Champions community. Oh my goodness. The growth that I have seen in that time, the growth I've seen with you guys in that time. Um, as I was saying, if you don't know me, I'm the founder of the Empowering Champions community. We are a place where women of all shapes, sizes, nationalities, because we're worldwide, hang out and remember that we are champions. Even if we don't feel worthy yet of that title, the truth is you are designed by God for greatness and a purpose. And you showing up, seeing this today, you're here for a reason. And it's all about being able to learn, grow, share, for sure. So we are in the middle of a series that have titled Fresh Breath of Air. It's a different story that we are bringing into 2026. A lot of great energy has happened in this year so far. We're going to talk about some of it in just a little bit. This series ends next week, so don't miss it. This is our January look at just how life can be so friggin' amazing and how we need to tell more empowering stories in our life and how that builds us up, how it changes our energy, how it just shifts everything. And so we're going to talk about 3 amazing things today. The first, and I think the most exciting, is I just spent the last 6 days with, are you ready for it? Giraffes. I never thought I would say that. There were 8 giraffes in Texas. So I was invited to a watch party in Waco, Texas, which is south of Dallas. Small community, not that many people know of it. There was a news story about it many years back that kind of freaked people out about Waco. But one of the people in the Tony Robbins community purchased a ranch, about 300 acres. I don't even know how many years ago. And somewhere along the way, he got a giraffe. He got more giraffes. And now he has 8 giraffes. And 2 more are in process. And how crazy is that? In the middle of Waco, Texas, there are giraffes. So I was invited to his place, which is called Blue Hills Ranch. So look it up. The pictures show you way better than I can explain it, although I took a ton of pictures. And basically, he doesn't just have giraffes. He started bringing in animals from other countries that could sustain, live in Texas. And so there were zebras. There are like types of deer and ibex and all these different types of animals that most people never get to see. And they were just roaming around on this property. And he has one big fence on the outside, and he has fences, but the fences don't actually hold the animals in. They can walk around them. And so you can be walking to class, and there's a herd of zebras right there. And they come up and they want some treats. That was a little bit like, what? There were little mini ponies and donkeys and cows from different areas of the country. Like I got the cutest pictures of Highland cows. There were what are the big horses, the big work horses? There were some with those. There were pigs. There were otters. Okay, there were otters, you guys. We got to sit in a room when they fed the otters. And then after the otters were done eating, they climbed all over us and played with us and played in front of us. And I just never thought I would say that I had an experience like this. I was in the lodge where we were watching the watch party, and there were sloths, like within arm's length of me was their cage. And they would just move around and do their sloth thing. Sloths, you guys. I got to go inside the cage. And then there were these like monkey, um, they're known as Mexican raccoons, but they are long and tall and climb up in things, and I got to pet them. They were Most of the animals were domesticated in a sense that they didn't have any problems. There were kangaroos. I got to feed one of the baby kangaroos from a bottle. There were buffalo that I got to pet. I mean, you guys, this was mind-boggling. I call it one of the most expansive experiences I've ever had because I never thought that I would do that. I mean, I was walking alone through this, like, it's like an alley where the giraffes are kept in an enclosure. And I was walking along all by myself, and there's a giraffe right at the edge of the fence. So as I'm walking, I'm kind of like, hi, giraffe. His name is Blue. Actually, it was Destiny. Brings her head down and lets me pet her. I petted a giraffe, okay? Like my mind is blown. I touched Destiny. I didn't know her name at the time, so I found out later. I touched Destiny. That was the kind of mind altering, expansive experience I had at this event. And this was just, I wanted to go watch Business Mastery, and this person was having it. And I looked it up and I'm like, oh, he has giraffes, exotic animals. Cool. No, absolutely mind-boggling. And it wasn't just the animals, it was the setting was beautiful. The sunsets were gorgeous. That we had a chef that made us all three meals. Where we watched, so we watched the first few days in the lodge, and then they were having a lot of people come because he has places you can stay. And so they moved us from the lodge to the villa where the giraffes actually were. And so like in the mornings they would let the giraffes out and they would be right there, and we could just like watch them walk in the backyard. um, Again, mind blowing. But where we watched was this big wall, and there was a TV in the middle of it, right? Well, the wall was covered with what looked like, I thought it was carpet, a beautiful carpeted mural of a giraffe, two giraffes. I'll put a picture in the chat later so you guys can see this. And I didn't know until we've been watching for a couple days that it was really a live wall of moss that someone had done like a mural. So different colors of moss had made the image of the giraffes. And apparently fully alive, they never have to water it. They don't have to do anything to it. And it just exists on this wall. What? Okay, total mind blown. And that was fantastic. But I also got to do business mastery with 7 other amazing individuals, all of them totally embroiled in the Tony world. We had conversations about multi-million dollar businesses, these ventures people were doing, ideas for businesses that were going to be started, everybody mastermind together. Whoa, it was so crazy. Such a mind-blowing experience. And yes, there is an end to this, okay? An A-N-D. When you're at Business Mastery, there is a competition. You may have seen some of my personal posts in Facebook, but there's a competition. And you get together as a team. You have 4 days to set an outcome, meet your outcome, and get your word out about what your project is. And so everybody's working really hard. I got on a small team. I shared what I knew, and what I knew was This competition was always a struggle for me. The first time I did it, I was clueless, had no idea. We tried, we didn't get anywhere. And, I didn't think much of it. The next time I thought I would do better at it, sucked totally. Well, we finally went to business mastery in person. I thought, yes, we did an outstanding job. We ended up earning over $100,000 for our charity, Marisi. That was in 2024. Super excited, great event. We didn't win. We made our goal 500,000 and we didn't get anywhere close, so we weren't in the running. Bring that back to yesterday's program, which was actually ended on the 19th. Our little 5-ish person team was able to get in touch with a great friend of mine, Moni Iman, Monica, as she goes by, Imad, and she is the founder of the Hug Foundation. Now, you guys know I have been going on these really great trips to help teenagers. Well, Moni's organization is the funding source behind there that scholarships the kids who can't afford to go to the events. And we bring the team of coaches in, and then we can have these events in areas all over the world, right? We've done Africa, Kenya, and we've done Romania, and we want to go other places. So we've been talking every time, like when we were in Sicily, it was kind of a mastermind of how can we expand what the Hug Foundation does. Well, obviously you need money to do that. And so we talked about what are some options for fundraising. Well, all of that was way back in Sicily with me, right? I hadn't really thought much of it until we started thinking about what we were going to do as a competition. And I said, hey, I know a charity that does great things for teenagers all around the world. I think we should select it. Well, we did, and we worked all weekend to push the awareness of the Hug Foundation and what they do. And we made a goal, $10,000 goal for our community, our people. And we made $8,396 for the organization in that limited time period. We were all so excited that we were doing that we were helping the kids, that we had this opportunity to let people know what was happening. It was so fantastic. And then when we got to the winning, like they pick a winner, right? We got second place. Now, my dad said, why didn't you get first place? The other team had a lot more people, had years of experience. We were a small team with 5 people. I was the only one who had been at a business mastery before and knew about the competition. So I had to teach them, I had to put things together, and we did it, you guys. Even though we didn't meet our goal, they felt our passion. They knew what we were trying to achieve. So many people came to help us. It was outstanding. So how fun is that? I titled this, How is the Air Up There? And it felt like I was having a victory moment, arms above my head, just cheering for what in the world just happened, right? It was so, so magical. So you might be wondering, all that stuff that I learned at Business Mastery, is it something that you would benefit from? I'm kind of thinking yes, because oh my gosh, that's the whole point of that competition. It's not just knowledge that you're writing down on a piece of paper or in a workbook. It's the fact that you're taking that knowledge and you're doing something with it. And so we took the skills that I've been learning for multiple years now, and we applied them, and it worked. And I think that is excessively valuable and something that everybody is going to want to have. So you might remember earlier this month when we started the year, we did this whole breathwork challenge, and I offered you guys a VIP in the challenge, and I said that I was giving something super, super special for the VIP. Well, what I did was I did an entire series day of Date with Destiny and what you get when you attend, like the learnings you get, the things you need to apply to change your life. That is sitting in a library, my VIP library, and I'm about to add to it the business mastery learnings. If that's something that you think would be important to you and exciting for you to have, then please put VIP in the comments. I would love to share that with you. Okay? Because, like I said, 2026, we are rewriting the scripts, and the energy has been so friggin' incredible. Now, next week, the day after the live on Monday, which I won't do the wrong day, I am going to California to do my in-person certification for breath work. I've already been certified online and I'm loving it. I have done it every day except for one day in business mastery, which still is astounding because normally when I'm doing Tony events, I struggle to have that extra time to do something for myself. But I stayed dedicated until the night before the event and it literally just ran out of time. So I was able to offer my services to the group that was at the Blue Hills Ranch. And so 6 people were able to be there. And we did my breath work together. And so I did my first session, you guys. I'm so excited. They're going to give me some testimonials. But I have that resource also available for those of you that watch all of my Fresh Breath of Air series. It's about 5, maybe it's 6 videos, super short, 10 to 15 minutes. And then you can do the breathing that the people that were at the Giraffe Villa did with me and experience what I am doing in a way that's going to just change you. So amazing. So amazing. Oh my goodness. So as you can tell, I'm a little bit overexcited about everything going on in life, but isn't that the way it should be? Shouldn't we be celebrating every moment, every success, everything that we're doing that's moving us forward? I think so. That's the purpose of empowering champions, because when we have those moments, we get excited, we get our state changed when we see someone having success and we want it and we know that it's possible. Look, you guys, I'm not some special person. I'm a person that's doing the work and I'm getting results and I'm loving it. So if you want a little of the secret sauce, number 1, say that you were here watching this, whether you're live or on the replay. But number 2, reach out to me. Let's find out how we could work together, how I can help you get results. Because this life, we don't get extra. We get what we have, and we get to change it and make it better. So how is the air up there? Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Someday I'm going to stand on the top of a mountain and I'm going to scream out, yes, 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 I did it, I did it, I did it. But I can do that today at this elevation. All the little milestones lead to the big milestones. I know it, and I want it for you as well. So put your comments in here. Tell me one insight you got from watching this today, and let's go have the best life possible. All right. Love you, love you.